everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming for you this bronzy kind of glowy look, but I've popped it with a really nice cool tone blue and wanted to give you guys the option of this very easy look now for the summer. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. Again, I am going to be posting super cool content all the time and you don't want to miss one of those videos. I wouldn't want to miss those videos. Without further ado, let me just zip it and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, as you can see, I've already done one eye off camera. I haven't placed my lashes on yet, but I was already working that to not get the camera going for so long. The first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is how to prime your eyelids. You definitely can purchase a eyeshadow primer at your local Sephora or your Ulta, but you can also use a concealer. So today I'm going to be using my Tarte in Light, and I'm just going to do a couple. Once I've applied a little bit of that concealer on my eyelid, I'm just going to go ahead and take this flat angled from Sigma, and I'm just going to kind of press it. I'm not necessarily dragging it, so I'm just kind of pressing it into the skin. Really important to blend at the crease as well and just kind of make sure everything is nice and just kind of well blended. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and set the concealer. So I'm just taking this shade from MAC and it's called Blanc type. I'm just going to grab this brush and just kind of coat over the lid. Today I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm excited to be showing this palette on camera for you guys today because this is such a versatile palette. I find myself doing so many looks with it, but one of my favorites is the one I am showing you today. So I'm going to be taking this burnt orange shade right here. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe 441 and I'm just going to grab some of that, tap off the excess always. I'm going to look down and I'm going to start at the crease. Also, when I am applying at the crease, I bring it all the way in. I find that when I do this kind of look, it looks really nice to just kind of see it also peeking from the interior. Also, fun fact, wherever it is that you place your brush, that's where you're going to deposit the most amount of shadow. So if you find yourself that towards the end you already have a lot of accumulated shadow and you want to focus it more in the center, when you pick up some on the brush, focus it in the middle and it'll deposit the most color there. So the next shadow I'm going to be taking is this one right here. This is Ochre and it's a really pretty, more crimson color, but I'm going to kind of pack that underneath the crease and start kind of giving a little bit of depth there. So once you've kind of built up the crease already and you've added some other transitional shades, we're gonna go ahead and cut the crease. Basically, you're just kind of gonna form the eye with a concealer. You could do that. Or in my case, I'm gonna be taking the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot because I feel like for this kind of style that we do, it's just the best. Taking a MAC 242 brush, grabbing some on the end. Okay, so what you want to do when you're beginning to cut the crease, you want to start off right in the center and you kind of want to take it from there as to how high you want to take the concealer and the product or the primer. So you grab it from the top, drag it down so you know as to how you're going to make your way towards the left to make a half moon. So I'm going to extend the eye out, and from that point that we started here, I'm gonna just lightly take it over to the left. This cut crease, I'm just doing a half moon, but if for any chance you kind of wanted to make it a little bit sharper, you can take it all the way out and wing it. But for this look, I just kind of want the gold to be deposited in the center, in the beginning of the eye. So I'm just gonna work it in that area. Okay, so then we're gonna go back to the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be taking this gorgeous gold shade on my Morphe 224. I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and I'm just going to spray some on because that's going to really intensify the glitter and the pigmentation of the shadow. So I'm then just going to tap that shadow onto the area in which we did the half cut crease. You're just simply tapping it. You're not necessarily dragging it, you're not moving it, you're not blending, you're just simply tapping it, making it melt. Once you've tapped all of your product, you're just gonna go ahead and grab that same blending brush and you're not gonna pick up any product. you're just simply gonna take it over and make sure that where the half cut crease meets the matte shadow, you're simply tapping as well and making sure that it looks really nice and well blended. And then grabbing with the little shader brush, that same kind of gold shade, I'm gonna put just a little bit at the brow bone. Girls, like, I need to know, do you guys drive your husband's boyfriends crazy? Because I do. Thanks for running my beauty blender, babe. All right, so I'm going to make the brave attempt to try on false lashes because I am a severe nightmare when it comes to that. But I actually was speaking to someone a couple weeks ago and they're like, try individuals. I heard they're amazing. So I'm gonna be trying these Ardell individuals. I picked them up at the drugstore. And I'm gonna be trying this because 9 times out of 10, I don't know if it happens to you guys, but I find myself that getting a whole band of like a lash to just stick to me is really difficult. So maybe individuals is more so the better route for me. All right guys, post lashes, let's just go straight into primer. Today I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Hangover Primer. I use this whenever I'm not using my Smashbox primer water. I just like to focus it in the center, maybe do a little bit here in the forehead, but mainly in the center. Okay, so for foundation today, I am gonna be taking my Makeup Forever. This is in the shade 127 Yellow 335. Just gonna be doing kind of 2 stripes down each side, each cheek. I'm also gonna take 2 on the forehead, 1 in the center of the nose, 2 in the bottom, and we're gonna hover here. And this is it, guys. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Psych! All right, so for stick foundations, I personally, from experience, have found that it's beautifully applied if done with a brush. I'm honestly not a big fan of using beauty blenders for stick foundations, but that is just my style, and if it works for you, that's awesome. But I'm gonna be taking my absolute favorite brush for blending stick foundations, and it's the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Complexion Perfection. But I always like to spray a little bit of my Jason Wu Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is gonna give you a really nice, seamless, and really glowy, radiant finish. Try to always focus on one side of the face and then work your way over to the next side. So what's really nice about this brush also is that it is dual-ended. Therefore, they actually have a side for concealer, but I don't use it for the concealer. I actually hold my nose, twist it, and I just kind of make sure that any excess foundation that's kind of built up on the side gets blended out. Then we're moving on to concealer, and of course, you already know I have my Tarte on deck. So I'm gonna be taking the lighter, I'm gonna be taking the lighter shade underneath. I'm gonna do this part like that. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of the darker shade, which is light neutral. I'm just gonna like bring that over here. Just kind of blend this here out. Taking my damp beauty blender, and I'm gonna blend this out. Then I just wanna highlight a little bit down the center of my face. So I'm taking light neutral, and I'm gonna just do right here. Kind of very nice. From the chin it up right here. And I'm just gonna do some right here and some right here. We're also gonna blend that out. Then I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in shade Amber, and this is a little bit darker, and this is what I use to kind of contour and kind of sculpt out my cheeks, around the forehead, around the nose. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take some over here. Good trick is from the top of, should always be like from the top of your ear down. I'm also gonna just do some here in the perimeter of my forehead. Gonna take some here, set of my nose. Just like a little bit here and a little bit here. Gonna do a little bit under the lip also because it makes it look a little bit more plump. Should have done a little higher, but whatever. So then we're gonna grab our beauty blender at the back end and we're just gonna kind of press it in and kind of shift it up in very soft motion. And I just want to know if you guys can guess the next product I'm gonna do. Did you guess it? Are you trying to guess it? So of course I'm gonna be taking my little pal, my little Coverfx Moonlight Enhancer Drops. I'm gonna grab a little bit and I'm just gonna put it a little bit right here. I'm not trying to look like Tinkerbell either, guys. It's gotta calm the glow. So we're gonna go ahead and set our concealer. I'm gonna be taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Then we're gonna go ahead and just kind of set where we contoured, and I'm taking my MAC 140S brush. I like this a lot. And of course I'm using my MAC Give Me Sun. So I'm just gonna go over all the areas in which I placed that Anastasia Beverly Hills Amber foundation stick. I like this bronzer a lot because it brings a lot of warmth to the face. A lot of warmth that I do not have, for the record, because I'm pale, guys. I am one cute little pale girl. Now I would say I'm a couple shades darker. I should have seen it like 2 weeks ago. No, I'm lying. Like 3 weeks ago. So my husband and I went on a mini little getaway like 3 weeks ago. And we went to Hollywood Beach. We wanted something really tropical here in Florida. So we went and we were super excited, had a cooler ready, and we had our drinks prepared, like his go-to drink and like my little gin and tonics. And we were having such a good time. We were like out in the water. And 2 days later, we're making our way back to Miami. And when we finally do get to Miami, I wake up the next day and guys, I woke up looking like a Ninja Turtle. It was the most scariest situation I had gone through in a while. My whole face was extremely swollen, like my eyes couldn't open past a certain point. I'll never forget, like I called my best friend in the morning and I was like, I look like I belong a part of like X-Men, and I was so scared. I was like, what did I do to my face? I was terrified. So, of course, I said that with a moral. Like, I want you guys to have a moral to that story. And the moral is that you must always wear facial sunscreen when you go to the beach. Then I'm gonna go ahead and brush off my translucent powder. I'm then gonna be taking my go-to blush from Milani. This is Romantic Rose. You guys saw this deal in the last video also. Okay, we're gonna go back to eyes, and I'm gonna be taking my MAC Chromographic pencil in NC15. It's just kind of a nude, and we're gonna line our eyes. Once I've finished lining my waterline, I'm just gonna go back to my palette, and I'm gonna be taking my little Makeup Forever smudge brush, and I'm gonna go back and kind of start at the same order that I did before. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the burnt orange, and I'm just gonna go all over the eye. So I'm then going to be taking my Too Faced mascara, which you already know. And I'm gonna just coat the bottom lashes. Gonna coat the top a little bit. We're almost done, but not quite. The next thing we are gonna go on to is highlight. We're gonna be using Glow Getter and 143, and we're gonna just be picking up both. Picking up both, 1, 2, 1, tap, tap. And we're just gonna start to place it on in round circle motions. Then I'm gonna go ahead and finish and complete the whole face eye look with our MAC Prep and Prime. So I'm just gonna do a couple sprays of that. I'm actually going back to that Nicole Guerriero palette, and I'm taking the shade we used to highlight for my inner corner. And to finish off the whole look, the bold statement lip, which I love the most about this, I am going to be using this shade from Colourpop. It's called London Fog, and this is one of their ultra satin lips. I really like this a lot. I feel like it's one of those reds that has a lot more blue than it does warm inside of it. So I'd like to see that contrast with the bronzy eye. Alright guys, so this completes the final look. I hope you really enjoyed and got to learn some tips and tricks. Sorry if this was a lengthy one. I promise I want to make them a little bit shorter going forward, but all with practice. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you get notified every time I upload a cool video. Thanks once again for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!